Hi, I'm Jamie Dixon for Guitarist, and if you've got any interest at all in the sort of high-end handmade guitars, you'll probably know the name of Nick Huber. He's a German builder who's been in business for over 20 years now, and his guitars, you know, for many people represent the pinnacle of what can be done with low output or relatively low output workshops producing lovingly crafted electric guitars. Today we've got with us his latest creation, which is called the Piet, P-I-E-T. And although a lot of Nick's designs have been, you know, broadly Gibson influenced in origin, this one is much more Fender-like, and it's kind of an interesting mashup of Telecaster influences, Jazzmaster influences, but it is overall just a uniquely Huber piece in the respect that the way of it's all been brought together and the workmanship. So let's look at a few of the features. So first up, you've got a red alder body on this model. Now we've got another one with us here which has got an Akume body, which is a mahogany-like wood which is being used increasingly by high-end makers. Nick will make guitars, electric guitars, in more or less any wood that you ask for, as long as it's you know, not completely ridiculous. And so when you order one, you can probably take your pick of the options as you go. This particular one has an Indian rosewood fretboard with a compound radius, so that means it's got a small radius down here where you form chords, so you want that to be a slightly smaller 10-inch radius here. And as you get up to the top end of the neck, sort of place where you play solos, it's 14-inch radius, which means it's a lot flatter and it's easier to play solos on, for example. And this leads to a very comfortable playing experience. Up here at the headstock, if I turn it over slowly, you can see just how beautifully the kind of contours and the edges of that headstock have been crafted. And you've got some Nick Huber logoed Goto open back tuners on there that look very classy indeed. If I keep on turning on the guitar over, you'll see that Nick's got a proprietary 5-screw bolt-on neck system. The plate is recessed, which is another sort of nice craftsman-like touch, and again, if you look at that heel, the heel on the maple neck there, just so crisply and beautifully cut away there, chamfered away at the edge to allow better upper fret access than you would on traditional kind of bolt-ons with a square heel to the neck. Coming back round to the front again, got an interesting pickup mix here, both made by a German maker called Harry Hausel. This one is the P90 foil. So it's a P90 style innards, if you like, with a gold foil pickup aesthetic, which is very in vogue at the moment. This one's called a broad N neck pickup, and I think you can probably guess where that's going with. I think vintage Telecaster style tones from there. Back here is obviously a vibrato. This is a mastery vibrato, and anybody who's into their Fender offsets will know that if you have trouble with the original vintage style specification with strings leaping out of the saddles and things like that, the Mastery is a aftermarket high quality option that you've got for that kind of remedies some of the traditional gripes people have with this style of vibrato. So again, very high quality bit of kit on here, and it makes it that bit more usable for the modern player using lighter strings than they would have been fitted to Jazzmasters back in the 50s, and therefore it's definitely a very functional piece of kit there. And really that's about it in terms of it's got a three-way pickup selector. What you see is what you get. It kind of defines this guitar, but you have to have it in your hands to play it to really experience what's so amazing about this guitar, and where that that boutique kind of care seems to have been put is it's one of the most playable guitars certainly that I've had my hands on in a long time, and the whole feel is very tactile, player friendly. You have no trouble getting around this guitar. So without further ado, we'll show you some sounds, and we'll play a track at the end so you can hear it in action and judge for yourself.